when I got pneumonia too, I got watched Terrifier 2 to
Mhm.
get prepared for the upcoming release. We're gonna talk about exactly. We got the cups and everything. We didn't get the popcorn
You have to
bucket,
pre-order it.
which is weird.
You would
If
think
it
they
was
would have
there, I
it.
probably would have got it.
You
Yeah,
would think that like on a movie like this, they would want to be prepared.
yeah. Um, watch Terrifier 2 just to get ready for Terrifier 3, and that's where we just came back from.
Yeah.
So let's just get right into it. I first things first, I love the look of these movies, the grainy feel, the aesthetic. As soon as you saw a house like the way it started, you remember I just turned to you. I was like, I fucking love the way this looks. Like,
has like that Planet Terror type.
yes, that grindhouse feel and look to it, especially the beginning. And it's such a throwback slasher movie that I really enjoyed my experience with it. I could these movies aren't for everyone. I think if you're a diehard horror fan and you can appreciate prosthetic effects and just or at least kills,
Yeah.
I think you'd really enjoy this movie. I think that the lore can make or break people's experience with it. You know, like some of the lore with like Art the Clown or the main character. But I really enjoyed it. I liked it. I just, I have my gripes about the movie. I don't think it's a perfect movie. But I enjoyed my experience overall. It was a really good, spooky movie. I think I rated it a solid, like, 7 out of 10. That's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed myself. I laughed a lot. I
It
feel
was
like
surprisingly kind of funny.
Yeah, Art the Clown is like weirdly funny in the most awkward and most gruesome ways. I mean, it was kind of funny that our audience too kind of had the same reactions we did too. It was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Watching that type of reaction, because you with like comedies or like Marvel movies, you feel the audience, right? They'll laugh or they'll be like, oh, they'll clap.
Yeah.
But hearing people groan is a different type of
like,
funny.
Yeah.
You know,
it really is like that though.
Yeah, it is, right? What'd you think of it?
I mean, I thought I would rate it a 7.5. I thought he was gonna rate it higher than me personally. I guess I rated it higher.
I feel like 7's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that
7
I think that's a solid movie for what this type of movie is. I think it's very solid. Like I said, 7.5. I think the aesthetic, or like you said, the aesthetic, like the grainy, love that. I also think the prosthetics are like really
top notch.
Like top notch, like you know, some of the kills, especially with like the face and stuff like that, where like you're taking chunks out of people.
Oh, it's
cool. Like
you
see like the bone, and also there's like a part where she's like at a dinner table, and there's like, I don't want to spoil. I mean, I guess is that really spoiling?
Let's just get into spoilers, because I mean, I'd rather just it's gonna be out.
So like in the beginning, she's like basically the girl from the previous one. She's having PTSD, and she sees like one of her friends that had Art Klein had obviously butchered, but she's like talking to her like, you did this to me and everything. But like she saw as all the same brutal disfigurement, but like there's like slight bubbles coming out of her forehead from just like moving around, and it's like, I don't know, that's a really cool touch.
Yeah,
really cool touch. And like, I don't know, it adds to like the creepiness, especially if she's like in the next to other people that are like plain or not, like as normal as can be.
Yeah,
and she's going through her own fucking.
I really liked that bit.
Yeah,
I think the psychological horror bits of Terrifier 3 really surprised me, because I feel like in some weird way they were kind of my favorite part of the movie.
Yeah, I agree. I was just gonna say that.
It was really intense, and also like the main character, she's such a badass.
Yeah, really badass.
That's how she acts it,
female main character,
dude, and she's like a really good act. Like she acts her fucking ass off. I feel every emotion that she does, and I mean, dude, if they continue the way they continue, she could definitely be up there in like top 10 or top 5 scream queens for sure. I really dug her character and her arc. The little the little tidbits of her past with her father, who's a comic book artist, which I look at like comic book artist and horror, and like it fits so fucking well. I just really liked the way it looked too. Yeah, it had such a classic movie feel, and shit, dude, I feel like the more I talk about it, the more I'm like, I really like this movie.
Yeah, I think like what we were saying with the psychological thing, I think that going to like a midway part of the movie, I think that from the beginning to the midpoint of the movie, I think is excellent.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I'll go into my gripes. I feel like it overstays its welcome just a little bit, but I also felt like that with the second Terrifier. You know, like it's just there's only so many scalpings you can see before you stop.
There's only so many brutal kills you could get without just being
All right, this is what's happening.
desensitized
Yeah,
to
this
it.
is what's happening now.
You're
I
like,
feel
okay.
like I know a lot of people like, oh, you know, the kill counts and stuff like that, but like I think like less is more in that aspect, especially with the way that you're doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you're really stretching it out. I think if you shave the movie down by like 15 minutes, I think it's works out a lot more personally.
Yeah, I can agree with that. I like it's funny because I feel like they do the bits of like this taking certain things serious and they do it really well.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, this is really good. Like how you said, like the psychological horror aspect to it when she sees her dead friend and yeah, dude. I wish those bits were expanded on a bit more.
Yeah.
I wish we got a little more of like Art's origin. You know, like you get slight hints. Like you think I'm pretty sure he might be the serial killer that was mentioned in that bit of the movie, the one that would kidnap
the
kids
90s,
and kill.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure. I was kind of hoping we would see how Art got this deal with this demon, right? Maybe in the fourth one, because I'm pretty sure they're going to hell in the fourth one.
Yeah.
I'm really curious.
It seems like that would be the next logical kind of like. I feel like they've really, you know, how do you say, like they just done everything. I feel like now in this world essentially.
Well, yeah.
Especially if you've been, especially from this. I would really, if you're really looking at, I know that this is the third one, but if you're really looking at, this is really the second one because the first one is just.
The only
Kick the clown running around.
The only thing that sticks with the first one is one of the I guess the main character of the first one is like the host of the demon in this third one.
Yeah,
you know, that's about the only thing, I guess.
Yeah, that carries over.
Yeah,
but like I think like I said, I think if you're looking at it like from Terrifier, when they do a Terrifier, I'd be surprised if they didn't. But if you from Terrifier 4, you would really look at it as 2, 3, and 4, that being the main trilogy.
Yeah.
And the first one's just like, all right, we're putting this out here and we didn't expect it to do as well. You know what I mean? That's what I think. And I think with the fourth one, logically it makes sense, especially with the way the movie ended.
Yeah. I feel like they should definitely build up the characters more. Make not just Art a household name, but like make I feel bad for forgetting the main character's name.
I don't know it either. But I feel
Sienna. There we go. Yeah, it's Sienna. I would really love to see her shine a lot more. I think she does really good in it. She was definitely my favorite part of the movie.
Oh yeah.
She just acted her ass off when it gets physical and she's yelling and she's screaming. You fucking feel it. Like I'm not in awe a little bit. I'm like, holy shit, like dude, she's so good in this movie. And such a badass character too. I just love how she just any moment she can, she fights back in like a really cool way. I really like her little fight scene with Art, a chainsaw and a sword.
Yeah,
it's really badass actually.
It was.
Yeah, man. I just I really enjoyed this movie. It was perfect for this spooky time.
It's the tone.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I kind of want to go see more horror movies in theaters. I love horror, but I don't go to the movie theater that often.
I mean, we've seen kind of a lot. Well, actually, was Talk to Me this year or was that last year?
That was last year.
Okay. Well, we saw Talk to Me, we saw Long Legs, and now we've seen Terrifier.
Yeah. Well, those other horror movies are very different as opposed to Terrifier.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is way more slasher. Like
like seeing the kills and stuff with the like Talk to Me. It's a really deep emotional horror film.
Yeah.
Which is fucking great, by the way. But
amazing fucking movie.
Yeah, I don't have that on Blu-ray for some odd reason.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's worth adding to the Blu-ray collection.
Oh, absolutely.
That movie, to me, that's more of like
the horror you like.
I like the psychological, creepy, like, you know,
the elevated horror,
and suspense, and building it up and everything. That's what I was like. I really like the opening because it was suspenseful for fucking Terrifier. Like you're building up the suspense. You know, kind of what's gonna happen, but. And then when it does happen, you're like, oh shit. And then again, like I said, there's only so many scalpings you can see before you're like, oh, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah, after like honestly after that first brutal murder, I was like, okay, this is what
It
we're
wasn't
doing.
until the next kill that was like maybe like, oh, that's
What was your favorite kill?
Honestly, I was just gonna say, I think it's the shower, like
The chainsaw.
yeah,
scene?
the chainsaw, and also it's a It's like, thank God I hated that character.
There's a character he hated in this movie.
I was like, bro, come on.
He literally before it's so funny because before the scene where she dies, he was like, I hope she dies brutally.
Yeah,
like it's
make it
so
the most brutal
funny.
way possible.
Yeah, and like
I like how art plays into it because there's a part earlier where he's like overhearing and see it goes back to like his comic effect kind of where
his
he's
comic
like,
relief
he's like,
in a weird way. Yeah.
He's like listening and I don't know, it's funny.
The way he just mimes everything in like certain scenes, he does such a good job. And I think it's really cool that we're seeing another horror icon. That's kind of what I have been missing in horror, because like I love all these quote unquote elevated horror movies. Talk to Me is amazing. I haven't seen Hereditary. I heard it's good.
I want to. That's actually one of the few movies where I'm like, really, other than The Exorcist, it's like, this is like one of those movies where I'm super scared to watch it, but I'm willing to watch it.
Yeah. And like, I like having a sole antagonist that we all kind of love in a way. Like the Freddys and the Chuckies and the Jason Voorhees, the Michael Myers, I've been missing that, and I'm glad we have some semblance of that, especially in our generation, because every single character I just listed is all previous. I mean, we've watched the movies, but we weren't
there for the come up.
Yeah, we weren't there to see them in theaters. So it's kind of cool that we have our own horror icon that we can really kind of take a look at and just put a fresh perspective. I really like how mimey he is. He's kind of like a little sarcastic fuck sometimes. You know?
He really
and he's so funny, and I like that because it's different than any of the other horror. Yeah,
because all the other ones are like super
like,
stiff, and it's
like Michael and Jason. They're really just quiet, don't say anything, and just kind of like
they're just a tank. Yeah,
and then you have your fucking sassy fuckers like Freddy.
Yeah,
right, and then you have Chucky, who's another sassy fucker. And then it's. I was thinking about this the other day. Black Noir in The Boys. The reason why I love him from season like 1, 2, and 3, before he gets replaced, is his funny horror not horror, silent moments.
Yeah.
Where he's just like doesn't even react, and that's just sometimes comedically funny.
Yeah.
Or he'll just mime something. I love that they do that with Art the Clown, because it's just another way to be sassy, but just
I feel like it's also them like realizing it and like playing into it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, we kind of got to do this, because otherwise there's only so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you kind of need that. And it is kind of funny that he is the comic relief. There's really no one else that's any comic relief.
No. Yeah. Actually, that's such a good point.
Yeah. No one else is just him.
It's a brutal murder. He'll do something and you'll chuckle.
Yeah.
And then you'll kind of be like, am I weird for laughing?
Yeah. Especially when you're like in the beginning when we're like the only two laughing and everyone was like,
yeah.
What the fuck?
When you're the only ones laughing at a scene and everyone else is quiet, you're kind of just like.
But no, there's actually, I remember seeing something. There's a reason to that. I forget. I don't want to Google it right now, but there is a reason to that. Maybe we'll throw it up on the screen.
For art.
No. I'm saying for like reasons why, like so when you see something scary, there's a reason why some people will be like, and someone will laugh. There's like there's like a psychological thing. I don't know.
I remember seeing about it. I think I know. I think I might know what you're talking about, but I'm not smart enough right now to even look it up or even make some sort of a comprehension about that. But I feel like maybe it's like us being that's how we kind of deal with those.
Yeah, really, it has to do with it's like coping and shit. It has something to do with that. Because I remember even in Long Legs, like there was a part where I was like, "Oh my god, this is serious," and he's laughing. I was like, "What the fuck?"
You're like, "Bro."
He's like slamming his head on the fucking table. I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of brutal."
When I was like, "Oh,"
you're like laughing, like I was like, "Jesus Christ, his nose is gone, brother."
Yeah, this is a good part. This is a good scene. I get what you're saying though. That's really funny. Man. We should really introduce people to the Terrifier. I kind of want to see people's reactions to the kills.
You talking about like, what are you talking about?
Well, just kind of like if a friend is like, "Hey, should I watch this?"
Okay.
I would
Like
absolutely
recommend
be
it to people.
yeah, I'd be
Like, bro, you should watch
watch
it.
it.
Really?
And like, it's the perfect film to like eat while you watch it. You know, like
watch it during Christmas. It's
yeah,
the perfect
it's
Christmas
the
movie.
perfect family movie.
Yeah.
That beginning is just so family friendly. I love it.
I would love to see my parents' reactions to that movie. They'd be like, "Why the fuck are you watching this?"
Yeah,
movie?
my
Like,
mom
what
would
the
be
fuck?
like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
"Yeah."
Hardcore Catholic Hispanic woman. It's just like,
She's
okay.
blasting herself.
yeah, most likely. She just like, see, this is the reason why
Yeah.
people are crazy these days because of movies like this. And you're like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Not like religion hasn't ever done that too, but okay.
All right. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
You're like, we're getting off topic
here. Holy shit. Taking shots randomly.
Yeah. Anyways,